We're kicking off our show on location here at Albany City Hall with Mayor Dorcey Applyrs. Okay, so I'd like to start by asking you, Mayor, it's Black History Month, and you made history as Albany's first Black mayor. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you felt in that momentous moment? And you're continuing to break glass ceilings, which is so inspiring. I get goosebumps as I ask you this question. Talk to me about what you were feeling in that moment, how you feel now.
Well, I always tell people that I did not set out to make history. I truly set out to make a difference. I campaigned for 3 long years, and over the course of the campaigning, I wasn't thinking about the fact that I would be making history. I think the moment it hit me, honestly, was when Mayor Sheehan, we clapped her out of City Hall. And I was the last person that she engaged with before she got in the car and drove off. And it was at that moment when I watched the car drive away, the heaviness of the position rested on my shoulders, but also what that moment meant for our city's history. That coupled with the countless residents, people who have emailed, text, posted, the 99-year-old resident who things said like, I never thought I would see this in my lifetime. I am reminded over and over about the magnitude of this moment and what it means for so many. And I too am still processing it because it is I have such a deep sense of pride, and I wear it proudly. And there's a lot of expectation that comes with being a first, but I own that expectation and I wear it proudly. The pressure that comes with it, I wear it proudly. And I don't think I'll ever get tired of people talking about the fact that we, and I say we because I didn't get here on my own, we have made history and really broken up a cement ceiling that many thought could never happen.
I love that. How do you feel that your role will impact those who come after you?
Well, I think that a lot has to do with the pressure of being the first, because the weight of who comes next, in being able to present yourself in a light, well, in my case, presenting myself in a light that people say, oh, okay, for some who maybe thought that a woman could not do this job or a person of color could not do this job. I am setting the expectation. I am the baseline, if you will. And so there's a lot that comes with that. But I have come across so many women and people of color who are inspired. And I often say you have to see it to see it. Some who probably would have never run for office or thought that they could run for mayor or any other type of elected position. My mere presence, assuming this role, opens the floodgates for so many who probably never even dared to dream about sitting in the types of roles or in this role and others. I understand that my presence commands that. And again, going back to how proud I am proud, but also very deeply humbled by that.
I wanted to know, with the nation's capital attacking DEI initiatives, I wanted to get your thoughts on why is diversity in leadership so important? Why is it vital now more than ever before?
Well, I always like to point to, I don't have to go far, I point to the mayor's conference room. And visitors who come to City Hall and have meetings in the conference room, when you look around at all of the mayors who have been blessed to occupy the corner office in City Hall. With the exception of one photo, they are all white men. And whether people acknowledge it or not, that sends a clear message in terms of who is supposed to be here and who is supposed to occupy the corner office in City Hall, who is supposed to lead this city. And so whether it is Mayor Kathy Sheehan, who broke the cement ceiling as the first woman, or me coming in as a 76th mayor, the first mayor of color, that image, those pictures, for those just coming into City Hall, it sends a different message. And that's why, to me, diversity, equity, and inclusion is so important, because we have a lot of social norms in our country, spoken and unspoken. We have a deep history of racism, very blatant, but also very systemic. The type of racism and oppression that you don't see it, but you feel it. And so when we have leaders at the top who reflect the diversity of our nation, the diversity of our city, we are, I think, better equipped to lead when you understand the diversity of, for example, in the city of Albany, we have a very diverse city. Mm-hmm. And with diversity comes diverse needs. And sometimes it's difficult to relate and connect with communities that you don't know anything about. You haven't walked in their shoes. And so that's why it's important, not just as the mayor, but even thinking about the city's leadership. We are making policies and decisions on behalf of a very diverse constituency. And as a result, the people making those decisions need to reflect the people that we serve. And that's from the very local level to the highest level of government. There's a saying, if you are not at the table, you are on the menu. And we need people who understand what it's like to be an LGBTQ plus member of our society. We need people who understand what it means to be an Asian American in our society. We need people who understand what it means to be an immigrant in our society, making decisions that impact the masses.
Mayor Applyrs, I really appreciate you sticking with us here on In Focus. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, let's talk about your first date of the city. How do you feel it went?
I personally think it went amazing. It was so great to see all of the people in the room. We had a packed room, and what the team and I attempted to do was make it very clear that in the city of Albany, we are turning the lights back on. And so we have such a great team here. They were very creative about how we did that. And so I came in really as a DJ, and so I had my headset on. I presented from not a podium, but what looked like a DJ stand and with turntables. And we were really on theme, but wanting to showcase that my administration is excited about turning the page, starting a new chapter in our city, one that promotes just being a vibrant city. We are a historic city, but we are in need of a new vision, new vibes, and a new path forward. And I feel very strongly that my State of the City accomplished that. We had about 2.5 weeks to prepare for the State of the City, but it really showcased our workforce. It showcased my priorities as mayor, those priorities informed by our residents, our business owners, and it was done in a I think, a very fun way. And that's, I think, a testament not just to the priorities that I have, but also the priorities that the various constituencies across the city have. People have made it clear: public safety, economic development, strong neighborhoods, safe and affordable, but also a more fun and vibrant city. That's what people want, and that came to life in the state of the city.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about your top priorities. Said that you wanted to focus on safety, housing, entertainment, creating a better narrative for Albany.
Yes.
Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. There's a video that we use for the state of the city, and it opened with all of the things, the negative things that people say about Albany, because there is a real narrative, oftentimes being controlled by people who don't live in the city of Albany. Albany is unsafe. I've even had someone say to me, they refer Albany to a toilet. People talk very negatively about our residents, even our young people. And so it is important that we take back the narrative and control it as people who actually care about the city. We live here, we work here, we play here, and that taking back the narrative, I feel strongly will change perceptions about the city of Albany. And we have to start with changing perceptions.
Tell us about turning the lights back on. I was there when you were at the Albany Center Gallery for the ribbon cutting. I've seen you already at several ribbon cuttings across town for businesses. Talk about the importance of being there for those events, turning the lights back on.
They are living out loud this theme. There's one thing to just say, we're turning the lights back on. And I've been very clear as the mayor, the political will is here. I am the #1 cheerleader for our city. And I am committed with every bone in this body to making sure that we are a capital city that is fun and vibrant. But it takes so many others to take part, to buy into that vision, and most importantly, execute. And so being at these ribbon cuttings is really us living out loud the theme and motto. And we have so many great partners, and it showcases to the world what Albany has to offer. So when people say there's nothing to do, no one cares about Albany, no one's willing to invest, each ribbon cutting is a testament that people do care, people do invest, and people do want to see Albany win.
Can you talk to us about the Council on Nightlife Economy?
Yes. Yes. So what I want people to understand is that that advisory council is focused on two aspects, nightlife, but also the economy. And some people get hung up on the nightlife piece and don't understand that without a thriving and vibrant nightlife, that impacts our economy. People want to live in a city in which they have places to go, whether it is going out to dinner for a loved one's birthday or celebrating a milestone birthday, or just casually going out with friends. People want that sense of vibrancy. And if they don't see Albany as that place, they will not come here to live, and they will not frequent our businesses. And as a result, businesses close. And so this advisory council, which is consisting of business owners across the city, it is really designed to provide my administration with recommendations that we will take to heart, and concrete recommendations that we will implement to turn the lights back on in the form of more businesses, more fun venues, more opportunities to bring people together, outdoor concerts, evening activations, integrating our young people back into the fold. We've lost a connection with our youth and students. And so this group is looking at all of the ways that we activate Albany, but also integrate these various populations back into the city.
What's the ambassador program?
The ambassador program accomplishes two things. One, I'm really excited about standing up a comprehensive ambassador program that focuses on hospitality. So hired individuals from communities that are meant to be a presence on our business corridors. We hear a lot from patrons, but also business owners, that sometimes people feel unsafe in the city of Albany. That is a real narrative. And so our ambassadors will be on these corridors, directing people on directions to a favorite restaurant, or checking in with that business owner who may have someone with a mental health crisis and they need some help with calling the appropriate people to respond. So in addition to hospitality, the ambassadors will focus on beautification, cleaning up our city so that it looks and feels clean and safe.
Mayor Applyrs, we're going to take a break, but we will be right back with more In Focus and Mayor Dorcey Applyrs. Welcome back to In Focus. Mayor Dorcey Applyrs is here with us, and we are going to learn a little bit more about you right now. I'm so excited. Okay, so Mayor, you are a UAlbany grad, but originally a native of Washington, D.C. What attracted you to the city of Albany, and what led you to stay?
So interestingly enough, I was planning to attend graduate school in Atlanta. I had received an acceptance letter from Emory University in addition to UAlbany. I had a dear friend who was moving to Atlanta, and then UAlbany came back with money. So a scholarship was offered, and my mom said, I know where you're going. And it was UAlbany. And so really my first introduction to the city of Albany came in the form of that acceptance letter, but also money to support my academic pursuits. And that's how I ended up here. I tell people I drove up here with my Toyota Tercel with all of my worldly possessions. It was a stick shift. And I never looked back. I drove up here thinking about who would I meet, what type of experiences I would have. I had no experience with the city at all. And that was 21 years ago. And over the course of the many years that I've spent here, it became clear and evident that I had not only found the place that I would go to school, but also the place that I would call home.
That's amazing. That's so funny. I think I've been here about that long too. You previously worked in public health. How did that experience help prepare you for this role?
Public health is, it's a career that you pursue when you have a genuine care and compassion and love for people. I don't know too many people who get into public health and not like people. But also, it is a career that I pursue because I lost my father to HIV at a very young age. He contracted the virus as a drug user. And so my career path to public health, while it started with a traumatic experience, it was my way of wanting to give back to other communities and other families to prevent what had happened to me. But I ended up falling in love with the profession, and it has prepared me. It was great training ground for public service. At my core, I am a public servant. I love serving people. I love improving the quality of life of people in communities.
Okay, what do you like to do on your downtime? Do you have any downtime?
I don't always have downtime, but when I do, I love to be in comfortable clothes at home. I am someone who loves to binge watch shows.
Oh, what shows?
Right now, I am catching up on Game of Thrones.
Oh,
it is
okay.
my favorite show. And so my favorite pastime is being able to tune out all the noise, even my kids, once they're in bed, in my comfy clothes, watching my show. In addition, I love to cook. And so when I have time, I'm making homemade pancakes or a whole chicken. Those are the things that I enjoy when I have time.
Oh, I'd like to come over and eat. Now, did you see when you were a little girl that this is where you would be?
Never, never, never.
Yeah.
Never.
Mayor Dorcey Applyrs, such a pleasure to talk to you, and best wishes on your inaugural year as mayor.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for watching this on-location edition of In Focus. for this Black History Month. I'm Jody Kenny. We appreciate you joining us, and we hope to see you next week.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. To keep up with important issues impacting our communities and hear more conversations with the people who are shaping the future, subscribe to our channel. You can also download our app or find Spectrum News on your TV for balanced, in-depth political coverage and more.